So we are just a few days away from Halloween. Halloween is coming upon us. There's one big thing, especially if you're an adult, that you need to be prepared for, and that is what Halloween candy are you going to give out on Halloween day? Halloween candy is quite a big deal because you can either get it really, really right or really, really wrong. So what is the best Halloween candy? So with Halloween just around the corner, a lot of parents and adults are going to be going out and doing their weekly shop, and with that they have to think about what Halloween candy you're going to stock this year when the inevitable kids come knocking on the door. Because you know it's going to happen, and you want to be able to get that thing which is going to kind of be distributable enough to use, that also like kids are going to like to some extent as well. But what is the best Halloween candy out there? I mean, there's so many options, it can be a really, really tough choice. I mean, do you go for the standard sweet area? Do you go in these sort of sweets? Because that's like a big part of Halloween. Or maybe you delve into the chocolate. Is chocolate okay for Halloween, or is that more reserved for like Easter and Christmas? I mean, do we even dare to delve into the chocolate area for the Halloween sweets? Because I'm hearing more that people give out chocolate more than sweets now. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but maybe chocolate's the way to go. I was talking to the woman at Sainsbury's the other day. I was getting some shopping in, and I was like, what do you go for? She was like, I just get a box of celebrations and give out handfuls of those, and that's sorted. I never even thought about that. You get quite a bit in a celebration tub, don't you? So maybe that's the way to go, but is it the same as giving out sweets? I don't know. Or are you one of those people who's just very, very annoying and was like, you know what? You get fruit, because I'm not giving you any more sweets this year. You know everybody's gonna hate you if you do it, but I'm sure there's somebody out there who always gives out fruit. I also loved this tweet by Rhett and Link on Twitter. They said, if a neighbour gives you an apple, or worse, a toothbrush instead of candy on Halloween, it's important to remember that they are never to be trusted again. So true! I mean, never be that person who gives out fruit on Halloween. People would just hate you. It's not a good place to go. Candy apples, yeah, maybe, okay, we can stretch to that. Also, if you can afford to give multiple kids toothbrushes, I mean, how much is a toothbrush, like £2 each or something? Then surely, like, I mean, I got these packets of sweets for like £1 a bag. That's a lot of sweets to give out. You only get one toothbrush each time you buy one. I don't know where your money's going. So what is the best Halloween candy this year? I have got a selection. I've gone through and tried to find the items that I see most in the shops for Halloween candy. I've got a selection of candy here in the studio. We're going to do a bit of taste testing today. But I'd love to hear from you. What is your go-to Halloween candy? What's the best thing to give out to kids? Because in a minute I have to go shopping. I need to know what to get, so I don't make the wrong choice. I need to kind of make sure I'm not off the mark with my Halloween candy choices. So I've gone for a few variety bags to give us a selection of things to look at. We've got a small selection here today. So for our selection today, what I've decided to just focus on the sweet area. So having a look at my selection, starting off for the lollipop area, I have got drumsticks, because that's very popular. This looks like a classic kiddie sweet, this one. I've also got the fruit pops, which are also really popular, and I've gone for the sort of the purple flavour, which I think is like blackberry or something, because I am more partial to berry flavoured sweets. I feel like it's more popular than the orange, but there is an orange one as well, so we could always try the orange one as well. But at the moment, for the fruit pops, I'm going for the blackcurrant. So those are our lollipops. We're going to call these the lollipop area. Next, we've got the kind of, I don't know what you call these. They're like the bars, the sweet kind of nuggets and bars. I've got refreshers. Everywhere I looked had refreshers in the packets. We also have the toffee, the sweet toffee, which is a toffee chew. And in the packet as well, I don't think I've seen these before. a little bit nervous to try it, but it's called Banana Skids. I'm not kidding, that's what it's called. And yeah, so the Banana Skids, which is apparently banana and toffee flavoured chewy bar, was in a lot of the packets. I'm trying to figure out whether or not this is because it's popular or because they can't get rid of them, so they just shove them a lot in the packets. But we're going to find out a little bit later. And in the next category, I have got the fizzy sweets. I have got Fizzers, very popular. They were in a lot of packets, and Love Hearts. Love Hearts was everywhere as well. Bit of an odd choice for Halloween, I think. Love Hearts, but hey, I'm not going to complain. I like Love Hearts. Love Hearts are good. In the last category, I have got the gummies. We got the gummies, which really there was only one brand doing gummied sweets, which was Haribo. So do you go for the standard blue packet of Haribo, which is very popular? That was literally everywhere I looked had these in a variety pack. I did get a variety pack of Haribo, but it turns out no matter what colour they were all the same. I thought different colours meant different Haribo sweets, but apparently not. Standard Haribo is the classic, everything else is kind of an addition to that. So we got a variety of Halloween sweets to try out today. Is there any that I have missed from the selection? Are there any that I should have included in my list today? So we're starting with the lollipops first, okay? Let's start off with a classic, it's the drumstick. Okay, so the drumstick. As we know, drumsticks have got that kind of, they've got like a pinky side and a white side, and they're kind of almost nuggety. So it's not like a hard sweet, this is like a nugget. I don't even know how you would classify the taste. Let's have a hard taste. See, the nice thing about drumsticks is they have quite a subtle taste. It's quite a comforting taste. It's almost just like a nice little coating in your mouth. It's very, I wouldn't say it's warming, but it's got that kind of comfy feel to it. Probably because it's soft as well. It's a little bit malleable in your mouth. It feels good on your teeth. It definitely makes me want to have more. Once you try a little bit of a drumstick, you can't stop there. It keeps on going. Drumsticks are very good, I must admit. They are a classic for a reason. Okay, so we've done the drumsticks. Off to a very strong start, I feel. But how do they compare to the Fruity Pops? This one is also kind of a classic sweet, if I can get it open. And the difference with this one is this is like a hard lollipop sweet. It is literally like, it's round and it's like a boiled sweet almost on a lollipop. It's it's solid. Yeah, I mean that's a solid sweet. There's only one thing to do. I've gone for the blackcurrant flavoured one because I feel like it's a safe place to go. It's probably the strongest flavour out of the Fruity Pops. Let's try it. Definitely has a tangier flavour. The thing I would say with these though, I feel like it takes more work to get the flavour off of the sweet. Literally, with the drumstick, I literally had to like lick it and I was already surrounded by the flavour of the drumstick. But this is like solid, that's kind of like a nice thing in this sense. For me though, I feel like out of the two options, I would say the drumstick is more my favourite than the Fruity Pop. Fruity Pop's just a little bit too much effort. Drumstick, I get all the enjoyment straight away when I chuck it in my mouth. Drumsticks so far are going forward. One problem I found with sweets is that it makes you salivate way too much, and I'm trying to present a radio show, so it's going to be interesting. Also, I've been devouring these lollipops that I have from our first taste test. There's just something about drumsticks which just makes you want more. Also, they're so malleable in your mouth. You just want to bite them. I'm constantly biting my drumstick. It's just so good. I'm sorry for anybody who's using the desk after me because there's going to be saliva everywhere. Okay, so the next category that I have got is the chewy sweets. Now, I was a little bit nervous about doing this because Like, there's no graceful way of trying to do chewy sweets on the radio. So I'm probably just gonna like chuck them in my mouth and then spit them out again. We'll see how it goes. Just make a mess everywhere we go. The first one is probably the biggest classic in this selection. It is the Refresher. And I know I'm quite partial to a Refresher, so we'll try this out, see how this goes. I just got a waft of sherbet. See, the nice thing about Refresher, I mean, it's the chewy sweets I've got are very similar to the Drumstick in the fact that they're like a little bit like, you just want to bite them. They're like slightly soft. You just want to chew it and bite it the whole time. I must admit, Refreshers have got a really lovely taste. They're slightly sharp, slight feel of the sourness coming through, but it's not overpowering. And just a little bit of sherbet as well. And hence the name, a little bit of refreshing taste. I'm enjoying the Refresher so far, so Refreshers are good. Starting off on a strong leg, I think. Okay, the next chewy sweet in the multi-pack was the Toffee. It's a Toffee chew in like an orange packaging. Let's get this one out. I appreciate with none of these sweets can I just chuck them in my mouth and chew them, because then you guys would be hearing me chew for like 3 minutes or something. It just wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be able to say anything. Okay, so I mean it is literally like a toffee square. I'm chucking it in my mouth. This one again, it's kind of got that nuggety sort of bitey feel to it. I just want to bite it. The only problem with these ones is it's taken me a lot of work and a lot of sucking to get a lot of flavour out of it. But I am getting the toffee flavour. It's very subtle. It's not a strong toffee flavour, but it's slowly coming through. I wouldn't say that toffee is something that I would associate with like sweets. It's nice. Oh, I'm just dropping it everywhere. So toffee's like okay. It's alright. I feel like that one's a little bit more work to get any enjoyment out of the sweet though, so I'm still impartial to saying the Refresher is better. Now the next sweet I was a little bit nervous about because this was in the multi-pack and there were loads of them in the multi-pack. It's the Banana Skids. That is actually the name, Banana Skids, okay? And I don't know how I feel about these. We'll see. I'm not a big fan of like banana flavoured sweets, so this is going to be interesting. I'm trying to figure out whether or not they put a load of these in there because nobody eats them, or whether they're really popular. I don't remember having these as a kid. This seems like a newer thing. It's like yellow and brown in a long bar. So we'll give this a go. Okay. It's like toffee, and then you get that like sweet banana flavour. I'm not a big fan of the sweet banana flavoured sweets, so there's a reason for that, because they taste disgusting. Not my most favourite flavour, I must admit. Out of all the sweets, I would not say go for this one. I'm sorry, it's not happening. No, I don't even want to put that one in my mouth anymore. That's just not good. I think I'm going to stick to a Refresher. I think because I need to get the taste of the Banana Skid out of my mouth, there's only one choice to go for out of this selection. It has got to be the Refresher. It's going forward from this category as the best chewy Halloween sweet. It's time to go for this fizzy sweets next. What I've done is I went for the most popular that I could find variety packs of sweets. So whatever they had in there is what we're going for. Starting off in the fizzy sweets section, we have got Love Hearts. I mean, the thing with Love Hearts is that you kind of get two things in one. You get a fizzy sweet, but then you also get a little message. So not only do you feel nice because it tastes nice in your mouth, but you're also like, oh, that's so sweet. They said something lovely to me. So it's like doubly nice. The only thing is, for Halloween, do you want a nice thing? Because Halloween's all about the sort of like spooky, gory stuff going on, and then you get love heart, like, be mine. Like, okay, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm gonna try the love hearts first. The nice thing about fizzy sweets, or the ones that I've got here, is they're also in like little sections, so you could just have as many as you want, wrap them up, keep some for later. Whereas all the other categories I've gone through, you literally have, once you open it, that's it, you've got to have it all. You can't say, if you can't eat it, you've got to chuck it away, it's useless. So I do appreciate the fact that these ones can last you a little bit longer. So I'm opening up the love hearts. Got some selection. How many is in a little pack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get 7 little love hearts in a little pack of love hearts. Okay, first one. First one says, marry me. Isn't that lovely? Just imagine you opening these up. You're dressed up as a witch or a zombie or something, and it says, marry me on it. Let's give it a taste then. I feel like I could be doing some like ASMR thing right now. Also, I apologise to anybody who doesn't like the sound of eating. This has got to be like your worst nightmare, it says. The one thing I do like about the love hearts, they have got quite a sharp, tangy taste that kind of hits you after you start eating it. You end up having to suck, and you got to be a little bit careful because the powder can kind of hit the back of your throat. I was lucky this time. And then you get this really, really lovely sharpness. I am quite partial to a tangy sweet, I must admit. That was really, really nice. I really like the tanginess. And it kind of stays with you for a little while. That was good. Okay. Next we're moving on to the fizzers. They're this smaller, rounder sweet in a thin tube. Now, I was quite shocked because I thought that I would be trying some Parma Violets, but as it turns out, none of the variety packs had Parma Violets in it. Shockingly enough. Maybe that's because most people don't like them, I don't know. I don't mind Parma Violets, they're not my go-to sweet. They just have quite a refined taste. You have to have the type of taste that likes Parma Violets. A lot of people I know do not like them, so there you go. So let's try some fizzers. These are much smaller. So it either means that you space them out more, or it means that you eat more because you're trying to make up for the fact that they're really, really small. So let's try one of these little things out. They look like tiny little pills or something. They're much sweeter than Love Hearts, I'll give them that. They're very short and sharp, so it does make me want to eat more in one go. The only thing is they have a slight sharpness to them, but not as strong as the Love Hearts. I almost feel quite partial to the Love Hearts. I'm kind of leaning that way. So I think out of the fizzy sweet category, shockingly enough, although it's Halloween, I feel like the Love Hearts should go forward. Gummy sweets. We're going for the gummy sweets. There's only really one brand that I could find that did gummy sweets of any sort, and all the variety packs had the same sweets in it, so it's going to be Haribo. I mean, we couldn't avoid them. They were going to come at some point, and it's now. Now is the time we do Haribo. So this is the classic Haribo gummy sweet, although these ones are in a trick-or-treat shapes. So we've got like little spiders. There's a worm. I don't think it's an actual worm, it's a gummy worm. Bats. Spiders. What's that? I don't even know what half of these things are. I think that's supposed to be a pumpkin or something. It's a pumpkin. We've got a pumpkin. So the thing with the Haribo, do you eat them all in one go, or do you have one at a time? Because I know people who do either way. I feel like because the way we did the other sweets, we've got to do one at a time. We've got to just try one and see how we're getting on. I'm going to try a little gummy purple spider for Haribo. I'm going to have to go it. Tastes a little bit chewing, but you know what? You get hit with that flavour kind of pretty quickly. It's very nice. The thing with Haribo sweets is they're very smooth. They're very smooth in your mouth. I'm liking the flavour. The only thing with Haribo, it just takes a bit of work, doesn't it? Now, I tried to find tangy Haribo because that is like That would be the only other one I would try, but we didn't have it. So in process of elimination, because we only had one like chewy gummy sweet, that one has to automatically go through, which means we've whittled it down to our 40 categories. In the lollipops, we had the drumstick as number 1. In the chewy sweets, we had the refresher. 2 very classics have gone through. Also in the fizzy sweet category, we had the love hearts. And for the chewy sweets, it is of course none other than our Haribo classic mix. 4 very different sweets from 4 very different categories have gone through as our selection of the best Halloween sweets. But which one is the best one out of those 4? I mean, just look at this. I have literally bitten all over the drumstick. I don't want to stop. I just want to keep going. Forget the radio. I'm just going to enjoy drumsticks all night. So good. I've devoured this so much. I've lost a stick from my drumstick. I have to eat this before I do another link in 2 minutes. No pressure or anything. It's okay. It's just all in my teeth. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Considering the fact I haven't eaten sweets in years, I feel like a kid again. It's fantastic. I never even went trick-or-treating as a kid. I'm making up for it right now. I've only started with 2 sweets. I also have to do the dentist tomorrow. This might not be the best idea to do before I go to the dentist tomorrow. 1 minute.